Component. Component is an isolated piece of UI that is composed to build complex user interfaces. In other words, it represents a part of the user interface. So, a traditional website can be broken down into the header component, body container, side nav, and the footer component. Alright, so let me make it clear now. Take a look at this portfolio website. And for sure, this is another big project that we are going to build in this course. Now, let's understand the structure and how it was built. This portfolio website is broken down into smaller isolated segments called components, which includes the home component. And again, the home component is broken down into smaller parts, which includes the header component, the profile component, and lastly, the profile footer. And so we have the rest of the components, such as the About Me component, resume, testimonial, and the Contact Me component. So all of this nested component is wrapped up in a root component. Take note, the root component is the default component of every React application. So the responsibility of the root component is to serve as a container for every other component that will be created when building React application. As a matter of fact, I call this component the mother of all components. And by the way, that is my personal opinion. So when you take a look at it closely, you will realize that each of these components defines only a section of the user interface. And all of this section is then put together to form the entire application. Technically, if we want to represent this application on a tree of components, we are going to have at the top the app component, which is the root component, right? So below, we are going to have the home component, and nested within the home component are the header, profile, and the profile footer component. And then we have the About Me component, resume, testimonial, and Contact Me component. So in summary, component allows us to break down our application into a smaller encapsulated segments, which can then be composed to make more complex user interface. It's as simple as that. Take note, as of the time of recording, application like Facebook is got over 30,000 components. So, the size of the application determines the number of components to be used. One good thing about components is that components are reusable. So in React.js, a reusable component is a piece of UI that can be used in various parts of the application to build more than one UI instance. So in a simple term, it means that one component can be used with different properties to display different informations. Alright, so this is all for now. In the next lecture, we will proceed with the setup and installations. Stay focused and always take care.